It's been 8 months since you, I think, shocked a lot of people with your announcement. So I think it's fair to say, how you doing?
I get that a lot. I appreciate it. I'm doing a lot better. It's worth it to get treatment. It's been really worth it for me.
Since his deployment to Afghanistan 12 years ago as an Army intelligence officer, Jason Kander has struggled with depression and anxiety.
I went almost 12 years without a good night's sleep. I mean, just violent nightmares every night. I kept telling myself, you know, I should not be dealing with this now. I should feel better by now.
Though he often traveled off base into unpredictable situations, he didn't see action.
It was a big part of why I would always explain to myself that that can't possibly be what it is. I never wanted to claim something that wasn't mine. I never wanted to act like I had done more than I had.
When he returned home from the war, Kander entered public service and was poised to become Kansas City's next mayor. Until... Was there a moment that said, I got to get out of this race, I can't do this?
Yeah, well, it was in the kitchen and me crying pretty uncontrollably. I wasn't crying because I had to get out of a mayor's race. It was just the realization, like, oh, I got wounded over there.
Come on. He put life over ambition, dropping out of the race and getting help.
It feels like admitting weakness, but the truth is it takes more strength than anything.
So what was going on with you? I mean, were you having suicidal thoughts?
Yeah, I was, and a big part of why I made the announcement I made is because they had gotten worse than they had ever been. I read somewhere where somebody said that either you deal with your trauma or your trauma deals with you.
Like many veterans, Kander signed up after 9/11, supported by his wife, Diana, who would eventually realize PTSD can be contagious. Diana, we think of PTSD as something that if there's one person suffers, it's his issue.
Yeah.
It's really your issue as well, isn't it?
If you live with somebody with PTSD and they have all the symptoms that they have, you can't help but be affected by it. And it affects spouses, it affects children.
Together, they made the decision to speak out. Is this just one more act of public service to the extent that other people have gotten the same wake-up call?
Yeah, I think it's the most important thing I've ever done in public service, probably the most important thing I'll ever do.
For Kander, politics remains on hold. Right now, he has exactly what he wants and needs.
I'm getting to make up for lost time being a dad and trying to be a super dad. We have a t-ball game on Saturday. I'm the coach, which is something I never thought I was going to have the chance to do. That's the stuff that I'm really excited about.
We certainly wish him well. His message to others who may be suffering in silence: don't ignore the feelings. They are real. Go and get treatment, he says. Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.